How are you? Haven't seen you such a long time, but I am so pleased to bang into you now.
Good to see you too, Tom. What can I do for you?
I have a lot of firms that are losing a lot of money and they keep asking me about the elasticity of goods they produce. Explain to me, why would firms wish to know the elasticities of the goods they produce? Can you as a banker explain this concept of elasticity to me in more detail, please?
Of course, if a company doesn't understand the concept of elasticity, it can lose a lot of revenue and profit. This is bad news for any company. Nobody wants this.
Can you explain this in more detail, please?
Yeah, sure, of course. The main concept of elasticity is understanding by how much will the demand for a product expand or contract when the price changes.
Oh, okay, what exactly is elasticity? Is it like an elastic band that stretches?
Absolutely correct, my friend. As I said, elasticity is a measure of the responsiveness of the consumer to change in price. An important thing you need to understand about your product is it elastic or inelastic? This is very important for every business.
Can you explain in more detail the difference between elastic and inelastic?
Of course I can. I am a banker. Let me first explain the concept of inelastic. If after a price change there is a small change in the quantity demanded by the customer, we call this an inelastic product. I mean, the demand doesn't change too much. This is inelastic.
Oh, yeah, that makes good sense to me. Would you mind explaining the meaning of elastic? I guess it is the opposite. Is it?
Yes. You see, you do understand it, and you are exactly right. Elastic is the exact opposite. Let me give you more detail. If after a price change there is a large change in quantity demanded by the customer, we call this elastic product. The demand stretches or shrinks a lot.
So you see, a firm must know if the product it produces is an elastic or an inelastic product. Can you give me some examples, please?
Okay, let me first give you examples of inelastic. These products are usually essential for everyday life. For example, bread, water, bus and train travel. The demand for these products will not change much despite a change in price.
So, do you mind giving me an example of elastic products?
Of course, things like luxury cars, expensive holidays in the sun, and expensive jewelry. Things like this. These products are elastic because they are not essential to everyday life and the customer may not buy them if the price changes too much. Demand changes a lot when there is a price increase.
Thank you very much, Tony. Do you mind if I recap on everything that you have explained?
Of course, go ahead.
Number 1. If a company doesn't understand the concept of elasticity, it can lose a lot of revenue and profit. It needs to understand by how much will the demand for the product expand or contract if the price changes. It needs to understand if the product is elastic or inelastic. Basically, this means the firm needs to understand if the product it is making is essential to everyday life or not. If it is essential to life, a price change will not make a big difference in demand. This is inelastic. And if the product is non-essential to daily life, for example, luxury car, private plane, then the demand for the product may change dramatically if the price changes. This is called an elastic product.
You seem to totally understand the concept now.
Yes, I understand. If a firm increases the price of a highly elastic product, the quantity demand may contract so much that the total revenue and profit of the firm may also contract.
For a firm, understanding the elasticities of its product is critical to making good pricing decisions and making them at the right time.
Thank you very much for all your help.